Central Bank of Nigeria is offering 700 billion naira in Treasury bills to cover today's auction, covering 91-day, 182-day, 364-day maturities, with 500 billion naira allocated to one-year paper. Investors are closely watching demand and the yields that emerge from the auction. The auction comes as the Treasury bill yields remain elevated, with secondary markets average yielded 18.89%. Strong demand at the previous auction saw investors submit about 4.4 trillion naira to bid against 700 billion naira on the offer. Today's outcome will therefore provide an important signal on investors' appetite, liquidity condition, and the attractiveness of government securities in the Nigerian financial markets. Meanwhile, in the energy sector, Nigeria's petroleum exports surged sevenfold. Nigerian petroleum product exports have surged sevenfold since 2023, according to the data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration. Seaborne petroleum product shipments have averaged 561,000 barrels per day in the second quarter in 2026, compared to 2023, when it was 79,000 barrels per day. Of that figure, exports also showed that there was 350,000 barrels per day, up to 46,000 barrels per day in 2023. The growth has been driven largely by the increased production from the Dangote refinery, which has helped Nigerians reduce its dependency on imported refined products while expanding shipments to Europe and other countries. In the second quarter, exports to Europe were about 130,000 barrels per day, while Nigerian seaborne fuel imports fell below 130,000 barrels per day. The development marks a significant shift in Nigeria's downstream petroleum industry and strengthened its position as a regional supplier of refined products. On the international scene, Nvidia earnings put global AI boom to test. The global investors are awaiting Nvidia's second quarter earning reports later today. It is expected to be one of the biggest corporate events for financial markets this week. Nvidia has become a central global artificial intelligence boom, supplying advanced chips used to power AI systems. Analysts expect the company to report quarterly revenue of about $92.2 billion, representing growth roughly 96% earlier this year. Investors will be watching out not only for the results, but as Nvidia also outlook its next generation Robin chips and continued demand for AI infrastructure. The company's performance could influence technology stocks and broader market sentiments as investors assess whether enormous spending on artificial intelligence can continue to generate strong revenues. Nvidia is scheduled to discuss this earning by 7 p.m. East African time.